Let's go over our punch pass. We're going to be turning our punch pass into our leg pummel today. So just getting warmed up right here. I'm on the outside of my partner's range, right? I'm not crowding them. I don't want to get my legs tied up just yet. Establishing my grip on the outside of the pants, right? I'm going to be hitting my shuffle step. It's important here with my punch pass, right, that I'm thinking about I'm getting out of the way, but this frame never moved, right? If Moody tries to follow me as I shuffle step, can you follow me? It's tough because, right, this is staying here nice and tight. Once I'm at the side, I'm driving my hip, and I'm getting a little punch right here. We're bringing everything back. So get your rhythm going. Use that shuffle step. Remember, this is your frame. This doesn't move. We come back. Shuffle, punch, bringing it back. Partner on bottom. Just keep your legs, like keep some tension in here, but you guys are just being a good partner. You guys can get about, I'm going to set the timer. So you guys are going to be getting 45 seconds per side, right? Big punch. I'm rotating those shoulders, getting good footwork. I'm keeping this arm as that frame. So we're starting with that punch pass. We're going to be working into that leg pummel after that. Any questions? Let's find a partner. Hands up. 1, 2, 3. Turn your shoulders, Moody. So once you're to the side, turn the shoulders so it's like a big punch straight across. Yeah, that was it right there. Yes. Keep breathing, keep breathing. 20 seconds, 20 seconds. Hips low, chest is up. Rob, think about you using your left foot to knock your right leg out of the way. So I'm kind of like almost hitting my legs together. Boom. There you go. Oh, that knee. Gotcha, gotcha. Time. Remember, we're adding to this. So now we're adding that reaction. The whole purpose behind that punch pass, right, was to be able to get my opponent, my guard player, to start reacting to me, right? And I want him to overreact to me. That's going to allow me to have time to anticipate. So I'm in here getting out of the way, right? As he swings that leg over, I'm upgrading to that hip. I can take my free hand and chalk that bottom knee. Now I can either drive my knee and turn my shoulders around that, or we could always knee cut through there as well. So resetting, I will not put a timer on this, but I want you guys to kind of focus on using that punch pass. That's like your setup. That's your opening to your pass. The goal is to do that in a manner that you're going to get your opponent to overreact. Establishing my grip, getting out of the way. As he swings, I'm going underneath and driving my knee across. I can get comfortable with this, establishing my grip, right, getting out of the way. As he goes, I'm upgrading that. I can always lean heavy and slide my knee across like a knee cut. Coming back through, resetting my position, right, establishing my grips, punch pass, grabbing the hip, coming up to my next checkpoint. So let's add those two together. We're going punch pass to your leg pummel. Okay, does anyone have any questions? No timer on this, so try and set a good pace, about 3 or 4 reps each. Get that good rhythm, get that good timing on this. Hands up. 1, 2, 3. Drop down to that knee to help you kind of like make those transitions smoother. Like let's say I'm on this side and I'm hitting this. Boom. See that? So like kind of as you're making that transition, you just drop down to that left knee. Knock it out of the way, left knee. Cause see how you're making this angle around Scott? And if you do that, he can grab onto your ankle. So stay like, can you square up with this way right here? Like stay, see that line right there? Keep your feet like in front of that line. Ready? Boom, drop down to that left knee. Cause see how he can grab on right there. He's gonna upgrade that grip and get underneath you. So stay, it's okay. Stay right here. Boom. See how like far away I am from that? That's what that goal is right there. And then coming underneath to hit it. There you go. Yeah. Nice. Just staying outside those hands a little bit more, you know? Drop that weight down, right? So once because we know Nick's going to make that swing over, and you can use this time, like I'm using this right here. See how I drop to that knee and then coming up versus trying to make such a big transition all at the same time, yeah? Take that punch pass, go down to that left knee. Try that. So left hand, left knee. There you go. How'd that feel? That looks smooth. Nice, dude. Just that one little checkpoint. You know, it feels like you're adding a step, but in reality, you're more secure right there Yeah. Nice, dude. Yep.
Up, right knee down.
Talking about on the punch pass.
No, just like for the
So if I'm here.
So if you're here and you want a knee cut. Okay, so you even doesn't even.
It's like a knee cut.
Yeah, okay.
To where like, do you feel how I established my weight distribution?
Yeah. It felt exactly like.
Yeah. All right, time. Let's grab a sip of water. Hands up. 1, 2, 3. All right. So we've been working on a lot of playing single leg X and even playing X guard. So we're just going to talk about some passing here. So the first scenario, as I'm kind of working my way into my opponent, maybe I'm not checking my distance, and you see how Hamudi with his feet, he can extend his feet out to make contact, right? That slows me down a little bit. Or if I'm standing a little too close, he can reach out for those scoop grips behind the knees. So that's how partner is going to be setting up that single leg X, right? I'm a little bit too close to them. I'm working here. Scoop grip, pull yourself in, going to single leg X. Now it's important here that I'm kind of starting to maintain and shift my balance. I definitely don't want my guard player to be able to capture both my legs. I'm pretty much done for with my base if he's able to capture both my legs. So if they underhook at this point, I need to be getting heavy on that opposite side before he's able to get a good grip of that. And I got to be high stepping out of there. What you may not be able to see right now, but my heel is off the mat. So that way I can work in this pivot right here. I'm using my right leg as my kickstand. It's staying away so my opponent can't get that grip. And this is almost like a little bit of a battle of attrition right here, because I'm trying to just always frame those hips. And as I'm doing that, I'm kind of squatting down. And notice how when I'm doing that, my arms and hands are framing that space, because a good single leg X player is shooting those hips up high. So I got to be focused on trying to clear this grip off of my hip. One thing that I can be doing is always squatting down and pushing. Now watch what I can do. I'm going to reach over, I'm going to grab a hold of those toes. Right, I'm driving my hips forward, and as I move my hips back, see how I was able to put that frame in there right there. So when they're really, really tight, right, it might be hard just to peel that off. Get a grip on those toes right there. As I drive my hips forward, I bring them back, I have a frame. Right? I can hold on to these toes, and I'm waiting for my guard player to start trying to pummel those legs. As he pummels, I'm just following him through. Take a big back step, and my goal is this reverse knee on belly position. What I want to be focused on doing is sliding down. Your partner today is going to continue their wrestle up. So what we should try and be focused on is this arm right here. As I'm sliding in, he's thinking single leg. So I'm sliding the hand down to the mat. Right as I sit back, I'm connecting. My next goal is to capture his legs before he comes up. With my chest glued to that elbow, I'm going to break any grip that he has by sliding that back to the mat. I'm keeping my feet nice and flat, knees are pinched, so that way he can't roll out. I look towards the head, and we're pushing that hand towards the head. So we're passing that single leg X, right? Reverse knee on belly position. And when that opponent wrestles up real hard, we can look for that Kimura. So my partner's in front of me, good scoop grips, right? Maintaining my base and balance. I would like that single leg X player to try and off balance a little bit. Work in here, get comfortable, peeling that grip off. See, I have control, I'm pushing down. He windshield wipers that out, so now I can back step. And I'm looking at chalking this arm right here. As he's wrestling up, that's when I'm working my way in, controlling those legs as I lay back, rotating that hand towards the head. One more time. Scoop grip, tight, wedging it, making sure I'm peeling. Now I'm searching for that arm, sliding myself back, make sure I'm capturing the legs so I can finish that Kimura. Does anyone have any questions? Let's try it. 1, 2, 3. And capturing here. Now you're talking about coming over here, Casey. You could, right? I like to just stomp that calf. Like go ahead, bring it, hide your hand. Yep. Build that base, just staying on this side right here. That way we can take the back too. We're gonna do that next, where boom, boom, to that one. So instead, right, when that guy shoots that single leg X, boom, bring it like out this way versus this way. See how I'm pushing that foot across my center line? I'm forcing the reap, which the ref would get, you would get in trouble for this. So instead, we're coming up here. Lock that, get tighter on that. There you go. Instead, see how I'm kind of just pushing it this way, and I'm waiting for you to bring it that way. Yes, for my back step. Does that make sense? Okay. Okay, time. Let's go. Sip of water. Hands up. 1, 2, 3. a lot of the advantage here. Like gravity's against you as far as like his hips. Like gravity constantly wants to push those down. So I'm always trying to help here. And once he starts to feel that tension of that leg, it's very calm and they go right to that X guard position with that goal of extending me out, really off balancing me. So it's important here that I recognize that change. Bring it back for me. Bring that leg back to single leg X. Right? So as we're looking to establish these frames, and before I'm able to get this leg all the way out of position, he changes. Boom. Right away, I'm making sure I'm getting my security grips nice and tight right here. I'm going to be turning my toes into him. So now I have some drive back in. If he tries to extend me out again, right, it's a whole lot different. Look, just for my heels turning, right? Go and push, big kick. Yeah, see how he can off balance me. But as soon as I feel this, he goes X guard. Remember, my hands, I can't touch him right here. I'm not going to break and have bad posture in order to get my hands on him. I'm going to turn my knees and squat down into him. How's that X guard position right there? Right? It sucks. Right? So as we're keeping this bottom pressure, my goal is to start once again clearing that hip. I need that hip clear. Once I'm able to do that, I'm turning that knee, hitting into this, right, reverse knee on belly position again. What I want your partner to do is we're going to continue that wrestle up. So I'm capturing that wrist, grabbing a hold. As he wrestles up into this position, he's getting a little bit more wise, and they're hiding that hand. They're either grabbing their belt, right? They're going on the inside of the pants. So you're stuck here. He says no to the Kimura. What I want to make sure that I do is just get my elbow out, and now like I'm rowing him, I'm going to place my elbow on the mat right there. Make sure you guys are unlocking that hook. If you're having trouble getting up all the way on top, I like to unlock that hook so I can pick my hips up and come up on top. Right? Keep that wrist control right here, because immediately we can roll him back down, placing those hooks in. Right? Reach over with that hand, over the top, making sure my ear is to the ear. We're going to scoop that hip underneath, whoop, nice and tight as we're coming across for that other lapel. You guys should be nice and tight. Ear to ear, my elbows in. I'm going to pull down on the bottom lapel. I'm going to drag mine back just to finish a simple cross lapel choke from the back. So for this sequence here, partner's going to be starting by initiating that single leg X, right? Maintain my base and balance. As we're trying to get that out, make sure I'm turning those knees in. I like to establish grips right on that knee and getting like a security grip. If he starts to really be able to move me around, right, I have that one hand to post and making sure I'm not letting him grab it and just staying out, and I'm working my way back, turning those knees right here heavy. Once I have a stable position, getting the hand on the toe so I can clear my own hip, right, we're sliding down, establish that Kimura grip, lock the legs down nice and tight. No on the Kimura, so I'm going to turn, elbow goes out, we're stapling it to the ground right here. I'm using like this little T-Rex arm, right? Really focus on flexing that forearm, grabbing a hold of that bicep and just stapling it down right there. Can you get that left shoulder off the mat? It's pretty tough. And I'm just like left elbow heavy, and my right hand or my left hand is going down to help pin. Getting myself up on top, getting my wrist control, pulling them down. Right? Come over that shoulder. That can help us set this grip, right? Because my partner is going to be looking into me, trying to get that head to the mat. Look here, right? Yeah, look. And now as I pull him across, now I'm in a perfect position, establishing my grip on this bottom lapel. Pull down in the lapel and drag your elbow back to have us finish that choke. Does anyone need to see that sequence again? Right? On your chokes, remember the orientation of the blade of the wrist, right? Always have that blade of the wrist in, and that pinky should be down on those chokes from the back, okay? Hands up. 1, 2, 3. Got a little T-Rex arm with this left. Yeah. This elbow is like heavy, and then you're pushing down with that. Yeah, nice. Come up. Nice. Now break them all the way down. Get them all. Yep. Now, bring that right arm over his shoulder. Yep. Start establishing. And get your right ear underneath his ear. So your head's got to be that pillow. Yeah, to block his head from getting the mat. Left hook out. Yep, scoot your hips underneath and push them all the way to the other side. Yeah. Always remember, we're going to be strong, like a cross lapel choke is a compression choke. So if you extend away, right, you're pushing rod away from you, keep them close, right? You remember, if I stay in here nice and tight, right, let's say I got my left arm in, even like if I'm either here or if I'm successful in getting all the way across. I want you to feel how, like, I keep you nice and tight. This one goes down, and it's my hips. You're gonna push in, but I'm taking everything with. You feel how, like, I'm not extending you out. I'll get weak here. I'm here. My hips extend you out. I'm pulling. You feel the difference in those two? Yeah. Keep them tight because you're unbelievably strong when your hands are in here tight. If all it's that, we get weaker. So keep them in tight and just drag the elbow back. So, I'm on the back. I feel how, because remember our arms got to wrap around that neck. That's the goal. If I'm just in front, we're kind of on the carotid, or we're on the front of the throat. So just across, you feel that difference, and especially like taking that slack out, pinky down here. If I extend, like I could finish here, but it's just not as strong if I'm like that. And so my own grips are slipping. Did you feel that kind of slip a little bit? So if I take that slack out, pinky down, this time now, watch it's my hips and dragging that elbow. Feel a lot stronger. We can use that elbow on the mat to help us like with traction. And as I extend my hips, I'm keeping everything tight and just it's this right here. Versus you'll see people kind of do that. It's more here. See, I'm pulling down and dragging that elbow on the mat to help with that choke.
It feels weird. I can't see it. I'm feeling weird things.
That's okay.
When to start from the hole.
Just wait until you're like a purple belt and you're still doing weird things. You're like, I've spent hours at this and I still can't get it. Right, yeah. Now get your security grip, right hand, yep, left hand on the knee. Just to kind of like frame, yeah, you see how you can sink into that. And Scott, you can try and move him around a little bit. Yeah, don't let him collect. See, if he collects that leg, like, oof, we're in trouble. You can go down and you can clear it with that left hand. You know, yeah, like reach up, clear it, good. And when, yeah, now you're at the toes, back stepping. He tries to wrestle up, boom. Sit, control his leg, good. Right, so now here he says no. Go ahead and like grab your belt. Yeah, see how he says no? Just let this elbow, yes. Now, I want you to just pin that shoulder to the mat. So just lay back here. You can let, yeah, just like push that down. Elbow, yeah. That's right, yeah. Feel strong right there. Nice. Does that feel different, Scott?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, great. Yeah, grabbing the hip to help pull yourself up on top. Yeah.
You want to keep a hold of that right?
Keep a hold of that, because then you can kind of like break him down again. Break him down all the way to his side. Crack the egg, yeah, boom. Now right arm goes over the shoulder, or left arm goes over the shoulder, yeah. See your right hand is already underneath there? Right leg comes out, so that, take it out, and so you can scoot underneath them and push them to the other side, yeah. Nice. Boom, balance here, right, yep. Nice, turn it in, security grip. Let's go on the toes. Back step, nice. Freeze. It's because you're always trying to fight the underhook, right? Kind of go back and let's slow down a little bit, right? So once you pass reverse knee on belly, right? I want you thinking about, right? Your right hand is gonna grab this wrist, right? Your left arm is gonna go over his elbow, right? Now that you've intercepted, now let him kind of just sit to your butt and let him like roll up into you. Yeah. Lock the legs. Yep. He says no. Now, yep. Yeah. Come up on your elbow. See how you're, yes. That's where you want to be right there. You're strong right there. Rod, can you get up from here? Especially pin. That's a lot of energy would have to be expended for you to try and like fight out of that position. Yeah. Yep. Hip first. Build up. There we go. Now break them down again. Yeah. There you go. Now use that left leg to unhook and push him to the other side. Yeah. There you go. Nice. Okay, time. Let's go. Water break. Hands up. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, dude. Let's get ready for some live training. All right, guys. Let's finish the night out with some sparring, right? So we're going to start in that single leg X position. So as soon as your partner makes that scoop grip on your knees, they're going to shoot up to single leg X, right? That's when the resistance starts. Okay, I want the focus on being person on top, stay on top, try and pass the guard. If you're on bottom, your goals are sweeping, reversing. If you accomplish a sweep or reversal, reset, let's go back. In the later rounds, it'll be a little bit more open-ended as far as only resetting after submissions. So let's first always focus on that rules of grappling. If I'm the person on top, I want to stay on top. If I'm on bottom, I want to get up on top. And always important, number 3, is have a guard that you cannot pass, but don't let that lure of submissions stop you from getting up on top. Remember, just because you're playing guard doesn't mean you have to stay there, right? Always constantly threat a positional change on your opponent, because that really helps set up a lot of things. Don't just lay there, right, waiting for something. Make it happen. You guys ready? Let's set it up. Hands up. 1, 2, 3. 3 minutes on top, 3 minutes on bottom.